Ladies and gentlemen, everything feels like the early 2000s again. No more super teams. All we got is dynamic duos across the NBA, and I'm so happy. Parity. Literally, you don't know who's winning the championship next year, and that's how it should be, damn it. I should not know who's going to be the favorite to win a champion in July. That should be a question that's answered around All-Star weekend, right? We should start to put together teams that look like they're the favorite, kind of base it off record and styles of play. We should kind of put together those things by All-Star break. We should not know who's going to win a championship in June or July before the season even kicks off. That's not how this thing should work. I love parity in the NBA, and I'm happy that we're back to that with dynamic duos. Everybody has their sidekick. You got the Batmans, the Robins, guys that want to be Batman, guys that probably should be Robin at that point in their career. But it's great to see, and it just creates so much interest in the NBA. Honest to God, true, from a championship standpoint, in a regular season even, you don't know who's going to win. I think this is the most exciting the NBA regular season has been in quite some time. So with that being said, I thought you guys would like to see my top 10 list with the rosters updated of NBA duos, all right? I do want to throw out a few duos that I did not mention in my list before I put it on the big board here. I did not include Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis had a very serious torn ACL. He's too busy getting in bar fights. I don't know how his body's going to hold up. Top that off with him and Luka never playing a game together. So there's going to be guys on the list that are injured. But, I mean, at least I've seen them play basketball in the last calendar year, or I've seen them play with that teammate before. Luka, Kristaps, I've never seen them play together, and I haven't seen Porzingis play in over a year. And Luka's only coming off his rookie year. So they won't be on the list. Also, John Wall, Bradley Beal. I mean, dude's pretty much going to miss 2 years of basketball. John Wall's too busy in Atlanta turning up for Luda Day weekends to play basketball. I won't include them on the list. And I won't have CP3 depending on where he moves. When I shot this video, I don't know where he's going to land. If he ends up in Miami, I probably wouldn't have put him on the list anyway. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we about ready to go. All right, I'm going to tell you guys my top 10 list. Also, I don't have Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid on this list. Ben can't make a jumper, bro. It's just simple as that. I don't know how Joel Embiid's bodies can't remain healthy. I don't know what to tell you. All right, let's start at number 10 with my list. I got the San Antonio Spurs, consistency, reliable, DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge. They're number 10 on my list because, honest to God truth, more times than not, they come to work, and that's all I could ask for. All right, they didn't get over the hump against the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs, but more times than not, DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge, they come to work for Greg Popovich. So they're number 10 dynamic duo in the NBA for me. Number 9, this is a new duo on the list, ladies and gentlemen. Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley. I like these two together a lot. Doesn't it just seem like these guys complement each other oh so well? Mike Conley's never been the explosive guard. That's where Donovan Mitchell can step up and guard those perimeter guards that he's going to have to go at night in, night out. Take a little bit of that weight off of Mike Conley. Mike Conley spent his entire career in Memphis up until this point. He's never had a guard that could score the basketball like a Donovan Mitchell. You look at what Donovan Mitchell had to be for Utah last year. A lot of times, over the last couple years actually, a lot of times it looked like the burden that Utah put on Donovan Mitchell was a little bit too much. He was so focused on being the primary playmaker that a lot of times it was too much for him to even focus on his offensive game of being a shooting guard, which is what he is in this league. You got a guy, Mike Conley, who's the ultimate professional, the ultimate put other guys in the right spots to win. He's clutch. He can shoot the ball, give Donovan Mitchell some floor spacing. Yeah, these two bounce off each other well. That's my number 9 duo. Number 8, a new duo here, ladies and gentlemen. Two former MVPs, number 1 and number 2 on the usage race the last 4 years. I got James Harden. I got Russell Westbrook. I could be wrong about this one. This could very well be the number 1, 2, or 3. We're just shooting the crap here with this one. We don't know what these guys are going to this is more a mental game than talent. We obviously know these guys are talented than some of these other dynamic duos on this list, but this is about mental. Can these guys buy into playing with each other? They claim that they can. They claim that they will, but history tells us Russell Westbrook has ran away Kevin Durant and Paul George. James Harden has ran away Dwight Howard, Chris Paul, others as well. We'll see if these two can finally get it together and believe in each other. They'll easily be higher on this list if they buy into that. If Russ is the point guard and Harden is the shooting guard, not vice versa, maybe they'll be higher on this list. At number 7, I got Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. I'm going to give these guys their just due, give them respect because they do go out and do it night in and night out. They've been together for quite some time now. They made dramatic improvements. They are not just a team that was one and done in the postseason. No. They got to a decent place in the NBA playoffs. Nothing wrong with getting to the conference finals and losing to the champion to beat Golden State Warriors. Nothing wrong with that at all. They got swept. You would like to see them compete more, but they were literally lethal in the first round against the Oklahoma City Thunder. That was pretty much Damian Lillard's series. Next round against the Denver Nuggets, that was CJ McCollum's series. And then they get to the conference finals and they kind of whiff there. But these two they can both go out and get you 30 any given night. They complement each other well. They're smaller guards, but somehow, some way, they find a way to figure it out defensively. They're number 7 on my list. Now, this is going to shock some people. The team that Dame and CJ actually beat in the playoffs, their dynamic duo, the Denver Nuggets. I actually got these guys at number 6, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is the best passing big man in the NBA. It's not even close. He's phenomenal. I think Jamal Murray is becoming a star in this league. I'm a high Jamal Murray guy. I'm big on him. I thought he'd be a star coming out of Kentucky. I think I'm going to be proved right. His stroke is just super smooth. And if you watch these two play basketball together, they really complement each other well, man. Jokic knows how to find Murray in the right spots. Murray's lethal from that three-point line. I didn't expect Murray to be, and I was high on Murray, but I did not expect Murray to become this point guard that he's becoming, and he's only getting better. And if he can't pass the ball at an elite level, whatever he's lacking, Jokic picks it up. Jokic, again, not trying to bang every night, but he can go out, get you 20-10 easily, MVP candidate to be, and even can throw in 8-9 assists. They're my number 6 duo. They're only getting better, ladies and gentlemen. Number 5, I'm going to reward the reigning MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton complements Giannis' game so much. Chris Middleton is a knockout Klay Thompson to me. Chris Middleton can shoot the ball exceptionally well. Chris Middleton, all due respect to his game, but he can thank Giannis Antetokounmpo for that max deal that he just got with the Milwaukee Bucks. That's how well he complements Giannis, who can't necessarily shoot the ball right now, and Chris Middleton can do that at an elite level right now, one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. Giannis can do everything else, rebounds, points, assists, controlling the paint, literally controlling the defensive end of the court, chase down blocks. He is amazing. That's why he's the MVP. Number 4, I'm going to put KD and Kyrie. I know Durant's going to miss the 2019 season most likely. I'm going to put KD and Kyrie over Giannis and Middleton just because this is a shooter's league. And at the end of the day, like I said, Giannis can't shoot right now. When that changes, I'll flip-flop this one. But until that changes, this league is about, at the end of the day, you got to be able to put the ball in the basket. And both of these guys, KD and Kyrie, can do that. It might take Kyrie 30 shots, but KD is a super efficient guy, so it won't take him 30 shots to get 30 points. Chris Middleton's jumper down the stretch of games wasn't that great for me against the Raptors. Kyrie's super clutch. I got KD and Kyrie over Giannis and Middleton. That was a tough one for me. This is also a tough one. I got LeBron and AD over KD and Kyrie. I got them as my number 3 dynamic duo in the NBA. I'm not one of those guys that get caught up in the 2 rings that Kevin Durant has won against LeBron James in the NBA Finals. Kevin Durant benefited from having maybe the greatest assembled team around him, a team that won 73 games. LeBron was trying to focus on being playmaker, best player. He was focusing on being too many things, and then he had to guard Kevin Durant. I still believe LeBron James is better at the game of basketball than Kevin Durant. Anthony Davis, to me, is clearly better, more efficient than Kyrie Irving is at the game of basketball. LeBron will be able to find Anthony Davis on the perimeter, down low. He's going to put Anthony Davis in great spots. Literally, I can see so many lobs up top from these two guys night in and night out. It's going to be amazing to see. Pick and roll. I don't know how you guard it, ladies and gentlemen. You got the best pass of all time, maybe, and you got a phenomenal talent, maybe a top 5 talent in the game today in Anthony Davis. Number 2, I'm going to respect Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I'm not a prisoner of the moment. I know who Steph Curry and Klay Thompson they are. They're arguably the best backcourt of all time. I'm going to give them their respect. Steph Curry, still the greatest shooter of all time to me. I know he ain't great in the clutch in playoffs, but I know what this dude can do night in, night out. Klay Thompson picks up wherever Steph Curry's lacking defensively. I watched these two guys dominate a lot of other guys on this list. Let's make that clear. Dame and CJ. Let's make that clear. Harden and Westbrook. All right, I'm just throwing that out there. I done watched Stephen and Clay, LeBron, Anthony Davis. I've watched these two dominate a lot of guys on this list. We ain't gonna act like Steph and Clay ain't been these guys. All right, they done lit a lot of guys up on this list, and I got them as a number 2 duo. Get well soon, Klay Thompson. And number 1 for me, number 1 in the hood. And I know this is out of nowhere, but ladies and gentlemen, I want to break down to you, and we'll come back to me on screen here. Ladies and gentlemen, when we see Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, I don't think you understand what you have. There is no glaring deficiency in either of these guys' games, anywhere, on either side of the court. I can't say that about anyone else on that list. All right, no other duo has no glaring weakness. You look at anybody on that list, you could say, oh, he doesn't do that well. He's not great at free throws. He's not the best passer. He doesn't like to pass. He's not the best leader. He's not the best shooter. There's something about every one of those guys on that list. When I look at Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, these guys are complete basketball players. PG was in the MVP conversation. I believe he injured his shoulder in February. That's why he fell out of that conversation. He was playing the season of his life last year. Kawhi Leonard did play the season of his life. That's why he's the Finals MVP. These dudes, offensively, they can both shoot the basketball. Not known for their three-point shot, but let's make it clear. They can knock it down better than most of the guys on this list, not naming Steph, Clay, and a couple other guys. They can pass the basketball. Both of these guys can go out and get you 7 to 10 assists a game if need be. They can rebound the basketball. Both of these guys can go out and get you 7 to 10 rebounds any given night if need be. They can score the basketball. Both of these guys can knock it down from mid-range. Easily both can get you 25 to 35 points on any given night if need be. Let's swing over to the other side of the ball. Both of these guys are not good defensively. They're great. Paul George is a phenomenal two-way player in this league. Can guard your point guard, can guard your 3 and some 4s in this league. All right, he can lock you down. He's very, very long. Very long. Just a matchup nightmare defensively because he's so long but still skinny frame, can get around the court, quick feet. And Kawhi Leonard is better than him defensively, the best defender in this game to me. The dude can go out and get you 35 points and lock you down. All right, PG can put a stop to you, but Kawhi can lock you up, make you have an unimportant night offensively. I don't care who you is. Let's just make that clear. Kawhi Leonard, for me to put them over Steph and Clay with what they did over the last few years, I'm telling you, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard to me are my number 1 duo in the NBA. Whew, I'm tired. Y'all let me know what y'all think about my list, where I went right, where I went wrong, what you think about my list in totality. Who do you have in your top 10 of dynamic duos? We're now in the age of dynamic duos. I hope no one comes and messes this up at the trade deadline and goes and trades for another all-star with a struggling team. Y'all stop trying to cheat the damn game, bruh. Let it be fair. All right, let's figure this thing out in the playoffs. I'm excited as a fan. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now, Mr.
Taliaferro.
Mr. Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr. Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.